Guam and Mariana Island, April 14, 2026. In mid-April 2026, a powerful typhoon bore down on the Mariana Islands in the North Pacific Ocean. The storm, Super Typhoon Sinlaku, was notable for reaching such exceptional strength so early in the year. A super typhoon is taking aim at several remote U.S. islands in the Pacific Ocean, lashing Guam and Mariana Islands, with heavy rain and tropical storm force wind gusts hours before its arrival. The typhoon continued along its northwest track toward the Marianas on the morning of April 14th, as storm bands began to bring heavy rain and strong winds to the islands of Saipan, Tinian, Rota and Guam, according to an update from the National Weather Service. Forecasts called for typhoon conditions to affect Saipan and Tinian from April 14th into April 15th before subsiding to tropical storm conditions.
Nililipad ako.
Super Typhoon Sinlaku is on track to barrel over the northern Mariana Islands late Tuesday local time with widespread rain and flooding along with destructive winds that could cause lengthy power outages, the National Weather Service said. However, the impact is already being felt directly across the islands. Amateur video and surveillance camera footage from the scene depict a terrifying scene. Coconut trees were seen bending severely, breaking or being uprooted. Debris, including corrugated iron roofing, tree branches, and household items, flew wildly through the air, posing a serious threat to anyone outdoors. Cameras at Saipan International Airport were seen shaking violently due to winds exceeding 150 kilometers per hour. The roar of the wind sounded like a constant jet engine. Visibility was severely limited, almost zero, due to extreme rainfall, reaching 15 to 25 inches. The water appeared like a white wall moving horizontally in the wind. Storm surges, tidal waves, of 5 to 8 feet were expected to hit the coast, with water levels reaching 10 to 15 feet above normal sea level on some beaches. Saipan and Tinian were the areas most directly affected by the eye of the storm. Residents on these islands have been ordered to evacuate to emergency shelters before the storm makes landfall. On Guam, although the storm's track has shifted slightly north, it continues to experience extreme weather, with flash flood warnings and tropical storm force winds reaching 70 miles per hour. Sinlaku, which formed on April 9th, is the strongest storm of 2026 so far, and saw sustained winds of 278 kilometers per hour, 173 miles per hour, on Monday. The superstorm was approximately 68 nautical miles, 126 kilometers, southeast of the island of Saipan in the northern Mariana Islands at about midday on Tuesday local time, 2 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, and is moving at a slow pace of about 14 kilometers per hour, 9 miles per hour, according to the U.S. Joint Typhoon Warning System.
Bye, bye. Only a Subway sandwich is going to take
While Sinlaku appears to be weakening and could pass by the northern Mariana Islands with the strength of a Category 4 or Category 5 storm, it still remains extremely dangerous, according to Guam's Office of Civil Defense, with warnings of widespread rain and flooding along with destructive winds that could cause power outages. It appears Guam will avoid a direct hit from Sinlaku, the Civil Defense Office said, although the island will still encounter high winds of up to 64 to 80 kilometers per hour, 40 to 50 miles per hour, and gusts of up to 105 kilometers per hour, 65 miles per hour. Guam remains under both a tropical storm warning and a typhoon watch. While the threat of typhoon force winds has significantly diminished for Guam, this remains a serious weather event, the office said. The office also warned the island's 170,000 residents to stay out of the water, as dangerous sea conditions are expected to last until Thursday. Before turning towards Guam and the northern Marianas, the storm left significant damage to the outer islands and atolls of Chuuk in the Federated States of Micronesia, said Landon Adlet, a meteorologist with the Weather Service in Guam, told the AP. President Donald Trump on Saturday approved emergency disaster declarations for Guam and the northern Mariana Islands, allowing for additional help with emergency services. The Federal Emergency Management Agency said it is coordinating support across multiple agencies, dispatching almost 100 FEMA staff as well as personnel from the Environmental Protection Agency, Department of Transportation, and U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Though Super Typhoon Sinlaku occurred in the troposphere, the lowest layer of the atmosphere, it formed gravity waves that were visible much higher. Sinlaku is the second Category 5 tropical cyclone of 2026, following Horacio, which churned over the South Indian Ocean in late February. Meteorologists note that Sinlaku is also one of only a handful of Category 5 typhoons, a tropical cyclone that occurs in the northwestern Pacific Ocean, known to have occurred so early in the year.